Howdy there. 2 videos, 1 day. Well, 2 videos, 1 day. Feeling quite accomplished. So we're going to jump right into this, I suppose, saying, treat others as you would treat yourself. I think it's greatly misunderstood, or, well, maybe not misunderstood, but not understood well enough. I don't think we think about it well enough, and I don't think we think about that deeply enough, because people are like, treat others as you treat yourself. And you're like, oh, that is so smart. I should definitely do that. No, I don't. No, you should probably treat some people better than you treat yourself, based on how you treat yourself. And that's what we're jumping into. So we're in kind of, to start this off, your trust issues that you have, which, by the way, a lot of people have a lot of trust issues, not because of the people around them betraying their trust and they didn't get this or that or their heart was broken or blah. Oh, no, it's not because of all the exterior people. It is your fault. Okay, I know that may be hard to take, but just listen. You don't have to agree. Just listen for a second. Whenever you tell yourself, I should have that, or I shouldn't have that, or I should do this, and I shouldn't do that type of thing, you tell yourself stuff like that all the time, right? And all the time, you don't necessarily follow through with it. So for instance, I should drink more water. Then you don't. I shouldn't drink that soda. Then you do. You're betraying your own trust. That is the root of your trust issues, not the people around you, okay? The reason you have trust issues with the people around you, the reason you have trust issues with exterior persons is because you have a trust issue with the internal person. Sort that out, and exterior issues kind of sort themselves out, okay? I'm not saying you got to fully trust just anyone and everyone. I'm saying you got to fully trust yourself. So when you tell yourself you're going to do something, do it. When you tell yourself you're not going to do something, don't do it. That's what I'm saying, okay? The root of your trust issues is likely coming from there, okay? And I'm not saying that other people won't, betray your trust if you don't betray your own. But I'm going to say you will have an easier time telling who to trust and who not to trust because you can trust yourself. So you have better judgment, and better judgment that you can trust. Ta-da! Recipe for greatness right there. So how does that run into treat others as you treat yourself? Well, if you're treating yourself well and you can trust yourself, it's going to be easier to have an easier, better time with other people, okay? So if you're treating yourself like trash, how are you going to treat someone else? Think about that for a second. Like, if you treat yourself like trash, are you treating them like trash? No? Okay, good. The first impression thing? There's the reason it's a first impression, a one-time impression thing, because your first impression is probably the best you can do in that moment and ever for that person. Because then the second time you see them, the third time you see them, the fourth time you see them, and so on and so forth, the impression is no longer the same. The way you act around them is no longer the same. The way you talk to them is no longer the same, because now you're showing them the real you, okay? And that's why it's so important to treat others as you treat yourself, but more importantly, treat yourself well. Do good for yourself. Be principled. Be morally guided. Know what is valuable and what isn't. Know yourself and be the best you can be, so that way you can be better to people. Okay? The people are so often saying that, treat others as you treat yourself. And it kind of scares me because I've seen the way people treat themselves. Okay? And I'm like, I don't want you treating me like that. I want you treating me 10,000 times better than that. Like, call me selfish, but I don't want to be treated like that. Have you seen the way you look? Like, yes, I get that. It's offensive, but seriously, have you? No, I don't want to be treated like that, okay? So that's why it's so important to know, first, how to treat yourself so that you can treat others in a very, very good way. Okay? So think about that for a second. How do you treat yourself? How are you treating yourself? How can you make that better? And then things start getting better. Okay? And your first impressions don't have to be first impressions to where you treat them really well that one time. No, you can treat them awesomely every single time. How great would that be? for every time you see a person, it's like that first impression type of thing where it's like, man, that was really awesome. Like, this dude just gets better and better, not worse and worse, right? How awesome would that be for you to be able to be that person? Think about that. How awesome would it be for people to be like, this person, every time I see them, it gets better. Every time I'm with them, it gets better. Every time we talk, it's amazing, and it gets even better. How awesome would that be for that person to be you? It would be pretty stinking awesome, right? Well, you got to treat yourself pretty fantastically. You've got to be disciplined, okay? You've got to be humble. You've got to be confident. You've explore principles, okay? Be principled, morally guided. Know what's valuable, know what's not, okay? Make yourself better. Life will be better. Stupid simple, I know. But I don't think people think about it deeply enough, okay? So, that is today's subject. Treat others as you treat yourself. But first, know how to treat yourself. Peace out.